in our piece, we talk first about the socioeconomic divide in the country, the fact that for the past few decades, there is a select few in this country who have seen their income increase while the rest of the country have really stagnated in terms of their real income. And while the discussion has mostly focused on the top 1%, we argue that the top 20%, those who are mostly running the country, those who are often college educated, or those who are often married, and those who are often working in white-collar jobs, those are the ones who dictate how the U.S. creates policy that would improve the health of the population or worsen it. And what we're seeing is that throughout the years, for the past, let's say 50 years, this select few has been very content with the status quo, where policies usually advantage the top 20% rather than the rest of the population. But we're also seeing that there is another divide in the country where those who are people of color, particularly those who are Black, have really been struggling for years in terms of hiring, of housing, have been suffering from mass incarceration. That is why it's not really surprising that the pent-up anger that we've seen come out in the recent civil unrest has led to massive protests that we haven't seen in a long, long time. And again, this is because of the country has been struggling with the legacy of slavery for a long time without truly addressing what that meant for those who are Black and living in this country. But we also know that a lot of the minorities in this country are also going through similar discrimination. Basically, based on those two divides, the socioeconomic divide and the racial divide, we see that this country is divided into two groups, the smaller haves group and the bigger have-nots group. And the question we ask ourselves is, if the haves group, who consists of those who have enough funding, for example, to actually go to and access private insurance, what is the incentive for this group to help the remainder of the population, or to provide policies that would truly support the advancement of the entire country rather than this just smaller haves group? And we've seen that for some reason, most of the US have been comfortable with this reality that there is a divide within this country. And this has not been addressed. And we see the effect of this on the health of the US population.